Hello, NPS. It's your girl, Renice Washington, aka Wellness Queen. And this week, I have the distinct pleasure of being joined by the true HR boss baddie herself, Miss Iris Gamero, also known as the Assistant Superintendent of Human Capital and Talent Development. Thank you so much for joining me, Iris.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the invitation. And you got the title right.
Yes. And today we're really going to get into a topic I'm not sure we talk about too much in between groups, which is what does mid-year care, but in general, self-care look like for leaders in this district? We carry the leader title a lot and it comes with a lot of responsibilities, but I don't think we often talk about what it looks like to maintain oneself through the year. So let's get into it. All right, Iris. So once again, I mentioned that self-care for leaders are important. As one of the ultimate leaders here, in so many capacities, can you kind of talk to us about why self-care is important for you?
I think self-care is not only important for leaders, it's important for everyone. But as a current leader and having been in different leadership roles throughout my career as an educator, these are very stressful positions. Leaders, especially leaders at the building level, they handle a lot of situations on a daily basis that lead to stress. And so if you're not taking care of yourself, if you don't have a routine in order to mitigate some of that stress, and prevent burnout, I think that's one of the leading causes of administrators leaving the education field, is feeling this sense of burnout. Then you're going to see it in different ways, in your body, in your mind. So it could look like anxiety, it could look like you're just not feeling like you have a lot of energy.
Yes.
It could impact your relationships with your family members, with friends. It could impact your relationships at the building level. And so I think it's extremely important for us to, number one, continue to listen to our bodies, know when it is that you may need some additional assistance, but also not wait until your body tells you that you're in burnout mode, right? We need to be doing things intentionally on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, if not daily, to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
Because you cannot take care of others if you have an empty vessel, right? You need to be taking care of you so that you can take care of others.
Absolutely. When we all start to get sick around a certain time, yes, it's cold season, but also some of our bodies are kind of wearing down from the energy exerted, from some of the mental exhaustion. So I really appreciate you highlighting the need for everybody, but in particular leaders, to care for themselves. Whether it's department head, PLC leader, lead teacher, educator, social worker, whatever your position is, when you kind of have to man the ship in certain capacities, if anyone's taking care of themselves, it's necessary that they do, right? And so thank you for just being a voice to be able to say that and put that out there on the table.
It's also important for us to model what that looks like. If your staff, and I'm talking specifically about building leaders like principals, assistant principals, if your staff sees that you're coming in and you're ill, you're not taking care of yourself, then it doesn't give them permission to take care of themselves when they need to. So I think we need to be role models for others as well.
Well, and to that token, that's what it feels like, what it means to be accountable, right? So, when we're accountable to ourselves and to others, where our commitment to self-care is strong because we know we have to show up for ourselves and others. What are some ways that you keep yourself accountable?
Well, I try to think about when is it that I feel at my best. And that could mean, it's not going to be a 10, of course, but Iris taking care of herself and her needs at maybe an 8 looks like every day I'm being purposeful. I am taking, care of my body and my mind. I engage in some type of movement. What I consume, whether it is TV, music, etc. The individuals that I have conversations with, what I consume is positive. So that would be me living at an 8 or so, right? Making sure that I leave work at a decent time so that I can get home and enjoy time with my family, so that I'm not, completely exhausted and burned out. So think about, what does that look like for you in terms of your best self at an 8 or so? What does it look like daily, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis? And then think about whether or not you're staying true to that, and what is it that you need to do so that you're closer to that target. So when I think about accountability, if I say that I'm at my best when I leave work around 6 so that I can get home around 6:30 so that I can have dinner with my husband, so that I can engage in a conversation with him, and do other activities in the afternoon, then I'm going to check at the end of the week whether or not I stay true to that boundary, right? That I'm going to leave work around 6 so that I can go spend some time with my family. So at the end of the week, ask yourself, did I do what I said I was going to do? Did I leave at a decent time, right?
Yeah.
Did I engage in physical activity daily, twice a week, 3 times a week, whatever works for you? Did I meditate? Because some individuals, they like to meditate. Some individuals enjoy just spending time in nature. Were you able to do that? Is what you're listening to, what you're putting in your brain, in your body, in terms of food, is it positive? Does it benefit you, or is it going to make you feel worse? And so do a check-in on yourself and see, if this is what it looks like at an 8, me being at my best, how did I do this week? Was I at a 2? Was I at a 5? And why is that? But I think we need healthy boundaries in order to be able to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, we're talking about it all, from accountability to examples of what you could be doing for yourself. And you're hearing people who are not just saying, hey, you go do this, I'm going to go over here, but people who actually are invested in trying to do that. And so NPS, I'm asking you, whatever your leadership position, whether it be professional or personal, how are you holding yourself accountable to investing in your self-care? What does that look like? And if you need any support, how are you making sure you get it? Take some time and reflect. All right? So thank you so much, Iris. I wish we had more time. Maybe one day we can develop a little series. But for now, we've got check-ins. And it means a lot hearing it from you. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation. And just take care of yourselves.
Yes. All right, NPS. Now go get to work.